So far, Callum has spent a week on Tinder, scrolling, swiping right, barely swiping left, swiping as many girls as he can, hopefully that one will find me attractive and like me and match me, woo! Eventually, he matches with Lucy. So they start talking, a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, they're establishing a nice connection. He really likes her, he's fascinated by her, he really likes her, they've been messaging, there's a bit of a connection there. One day Lucy's out and about. Jack all of a sudden goes right up to Lucy in real life and establishes a real connection. He starts flirting a little bit with her, he asks for her Instagram, bang. She has entirely forgotten about Callum. She is no longer attracted to poor old Callum. All the attraction has lost for Callum. She doesn't care about Callum anymore. She can't help it, but she can't stop thinking about Jack and how confident he was. How he's able to approach her in real life. Not like some fucking potato on Instagram, please like me on Tinder. He was able to do it in real life. And poor old Callum, back to swiping right on Tinder, hoping to find another girl that might like him. A few years back, when I was much younger, I ended up doing something really foolish. I ended up buying Tinder Gold for the month. It cost about 20 odd pounds, or I can't really remember the price. So I ended up just getting to this habit of swiping right on most girls. Someone just swipes left, but I kind of got into this weird, like, thirsty, creepy mindset of just, she's nice, I just kept swiping and swiping. The only thing I got out of it was one date with a nurse who had pet rats. And nothing really much happened after that. That's all that I did on Tinder. So all that swiping, just lusting, and I matched with her, So the topic of this video is how to actually find a girlfriend, or the best way to find a girlfriend. Thing is, it's not through all these dating apps, Twitter, Tinder, Hinge, or Bumble, or whatever. But the best way is through an actual real life connection. I find that we humans, I think we've nearly lost that connection. That we don't know how to talk to one another anymore. Do you ever find that you might be doing something in your front garden or something like that, or you're doing some painting or anything like that, you're doing something in your front garden, and it's always the only people that stop and actually look at what you're doing and start talking to you are the older generation. They're the only ones that do that now. No one else talks to each other anymore. It's almost like this generation, like, they're born in 1950 or some shit, or before that. They knew what it's like to be social, so they're the ones that are, making a comment on, nice work you've done there. Thank you very much. No one does that. No 20-year-old, 30-year-old, no one does that anymore, except for that older generation. So there's something that we're missing. What I just described, that story with Callum and Jack, I kind of made it up, but I've read in books, I've heard stories like that before. I feel like this thing happens kind of often. Like, you're trying to establish a connection online. You keep messaging. She's responding. Let's respond. And you sort of overthink of when do you respond, and should I wait 7 seconds, or some weird bullshit like that. You get all worked up, and then you are kind of establishing a connection, but the best way is to do it in person. Is to actually approach a woman in person. Is to actually have a social connection in person. Real life, like not with the screen, in real life. If you approach a woman with confidence in real life, she will not forget you. She might even turn around and say, yep, sorry, I have a boyfriend, but she will not forget you. If you message her on Tinder or Instagram or anything like that, she probably won't even respond. You're just another thirsty guy just want a message. Look, I know what you might be thinking. That you don't have the confidence to approach a woman, or what do you say to her? The thing is, I used to be like that. 6-7 years ago, I was the exact same. I was on Tinder. Like I said, I bought Tinder Gold. I was looking through all these photos, swiping, fapping to the pictures because I couldn't have sex in real life. I wasn't able to have sex in real life. I spent 5 years without a girlfriend. From the age of 19 all the way to 24, I had no girlfriend. I didn't have sex once. The one lesson I'm conveying in this video is improve your social skills. Better your social skills. Let's just assume that your social skills are low, like you're level 1. Let's just think of it as a video game. I'm assuming you play video games because you're autistic. I haven't played video games for a good few years, but the last video game, or one of the last video games I played, was The Elder Scrolls Skyrim, and there's this little leveling system where you start on like a low level and you rank up and you unlock these perks, like most video games really. So you start on a low level and you just slowly work on this skill and level it up and unlock these perks. So just think of it like that. Yeah, let's call it social skills. You're level 1, but you need to build it up. Practice being good at being social. Work on this skill. Like, if you can't speak to people in real life, then you need to work on that. You need to work on your social skills. Even just making conversation with a little old lady down in Tesco's. So if you're not from the UK, Tesco's is a big chain supermarket. Go to your local supermarket and just make conversation with the elderly man who's by the counter, or with the elderly woman. Just make random conversation. Just by doing that, you are increasing your social skills. In Skyrim, when you're level 1, you don't go off and try and kill the giant. Well, you could do, but you'll get smacked and you'll fly in the air. You go like killing a wolf or a fox, or you got, you know, low tier bandits. So you don't go kill the giant. Think of it as the social skills as that. You start off by just making small. If you can't make small conversation with people, just start working on that. Go up to the woman behind the counter. Like, she could be like, you know, an attractive 20-year-old, or she could be just like a 50-year-old or 60-year-old, or it could be a man. Just make conversation and start improving your social skills. The thing is, I was like you. My social skills were terrible. I could not talk to a girl. I just assume that if I'm attractive, they'll just approach me, but that's just not how it works. A woman, 99.9% of the time, will not come up to you and approach you. Thing is, I've approached women now without intending on approaching women. So I was in Spain a few weeks ago. I was in one of the main plazas, and this is about 10 in the morning. I wasn't on the approach for a woman. I was just walking around, exploring, just enjoying the sun, because, you know, the sun actually exists in Spain, where in the UK it's not really a thing. Next thing you know, there's this woman just trying to take photo of herself. So she's resting her phone up on the bench and then putting on a timer and, you know, take photos. So naturally, I ask her in Spanish, like, do you want me to take the photo for you? So there we go. I'm taking a photo. I'm just having fun. I wasn't doing it to try and like impress her, to get her to like me. Ooh, just taking photos, just doing a few angles, and I show her, what do you think? Next thing you know, I'm having a conversation with her. I'm asking her where she's from. It just kind of comes naturally, because over the years I've been practicing my social skills. Like, these things just come naturally. Next thing you know, I've asked for her Instagram. I'm having coffee with her. Then later that night, I'm having wine with her. Then I'm kissing her. Next thing you know, I travel to the city to spend a few days with her. I'll let you work out the rest. All because I just made a little quick conversation and just offered to take her photos for her, and then it just happened. And there are so many stories like that. I've met this girl, I've met this, like, I don't really want to endorse one-night stands and just being degenerate, but so many times I've just made a random conversation, anything like that, with a woman. Next thing you know, I'm having sex with her. So the point I'm trying to make is, when you are better at being social, these little social moments will just happen. You don't need to be on the prowl like, oh, who shall I hit on? Oh, that girl's cute. You know, we'll get all nervous and start overthinking. Like, these social situations will just happen. These moments where this random cute girl is just trying to take a photo, so you just offer to take the photo for her. Like, that will just happen. I'm telling you this from experience. When I was in my early 20s, my social skills were terrible. Being on the autism spectrum, being autistic, being social and communicating has not necessarily been my strong point. It's not my strong point. It's not. And I still struggle to communicate now. I do still believe, I don't tell myself this often, but I do still believe that I struggle with communicating because of my autism. I don't really like talk about it too much. I don't really want to identify myself as struggling to communicate. But water. Because I've spoken to so many people over the years, and I've practiced at being social. I practiced making eye contact with men. I practiced making eye contact with women. I practiced handshake, making sure that the handshake is a good handshake. I've practiced all these things. Because of being autistic, I did not know anything about eye contact and how to communicate with people. And it's lonely, honestly. I'm telling you from experience. Being single and sexless for 5 years, it's lonely. It's hard. I mean, sometimes quite literally. So key points in this video is just to practice being social. Being social with men, with women. I've made a video on eye contact, so if you want to watch that one here after this video, it's just there. So click that there to watch the next video. That one, there.